Hello everyone, Oni here. In this video I'm going to talk about my Undertale phase. I know a lot of people have talked about their teen year fandom related phases, but I was looking at my old sketchbook for another video and I came across some Undertale related art. And I remembered how deep I was in this rabbit hole. So I got an idea that I will get all my fan art in this video and I will talk about this dark era that I was in. Before I start bashing, I have to say, Undertale is a good game. The fandom can be good too, but there are also concerning things in it. But I will start showing you all some of the fan art that I did and we will go deeper and deeper in the things when we progress. So first off, I am showing this mini comic that I did. It is about Papyrus and Sans. So basically, Sans, Papyrus and Frisk, they are just on a journey and they are crossing a river. And Sans is making sure that we're going to cross the river and Frisk nods. And Papyrus looks very weird. And Sans is okay. And I made that Sans had a trauma crossing rivers and being close to the water because he thought he was drowning. And well, Papyrus saved him, but the trauma is still there. In the next page, Papyrus knows about Sans' little trauma and Sans is like, I'm not scared of water, I can't die, I'm already dead. But then Papyrus is like, it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to have trauma. And Papyrus helps Sans cross the river. It's pretty wholesome. There are some typing mistakes, but what can you do? So, in here we got some Asgore and Toriel fan art. In the first picture we have Asgore. He's my favorite character, but I didn't know how to draw him. And Toriel is my most hated character from the game, but I like to draw them together. In the second picture, we kind of have very cute Toriel and Asgore things there. I think they put Sans, Papyrus and Frisk to sleep, but they were awake and Toriel is not happy about that. I don't know. Let's move to another one, because in the third picture, I had in the end, Toriel and Asgore, of course they go together. And of course they adopt Frisk. I don't know, but I had that idea that Asgore is nervous about parent meetings in schools, and he was very, very nervous to go in those, but very, okay fan art, I would say. Nothing really to say about them. Next, we have a lot of fan art of Sans and Papyrus. Again, I like these skeleton brothers a lot, like every other female teen in that time, but I remember that my reason to draw Sans a lot was because he was really, really easy to draw. The most easiest character you can draw in the Undertale. So first we have just Sans. I guess we have Happy Sans and then we have Sans in Snow, who is grumpy. Then we have basically the end game. Sans is like, we're having so good time, I don't know what is happening with his feet. They're kinda small. I know that I tried to draw in a cartoon way, but his head is huge compared to his hand. Okay, next fan art is just another blushing Sans. I like to make him blush. I don't know why, but he's blushing and he has some ketchup in there. Oh my god. We're in the weak waters. Oh no. So, I remember that Sans showing his ribcage, that was the most that was the most sexiest thing you could get in that band. Oh my god. Undertale was really something. In the second picture, we can see that Sans has both eyes like blue. I don't know why, but oh my god, what is he saying? Listen, kiddo, don't tell Papyrus about this, okay? Oh my god. Tell about what, Sans? He would be only worried about me. Okay, we're just gonna move on because I cannot watch that picture so long. Oh no. New picture, we have Sans, of course, and Sans is saying that he is determination, and I really like to draw Sans in pain from Papyrus' death. Like, that was the good thing. Like, Sans crying is something that I like. So I have kind of few pictures of him crying over him. And in the second picture we have, again, Sans crying. And then we have just random Sans pictures and then Papyrus. Pretty common, pretty nice pictures of the brothers. But now, when we have seen a lot of sad pictures, Sans crying, I have these happy ones too. In here, Sans and Papyrus are falling from somewhere, I don't know where, but they both are using their powers. Very happy brothers, very nice. Then we have Sans and Papyrus hugging, very nice, very nice. Then we have Sans, Papyrus, and yes, that is Metaton. I like to think that Sans would be jealous if Papyrus would spend more time with others. So he was always like the dirt wheel, but he made the friend the dirt wheel in the end. And in the fourth pic, like, it's also a fanon idea that, like, I really like to think that Sans didn't want Gaster to meet Papyrus as a father, like Gaster was their father. That was the idea. And Sans didn't like that Gaster would meet Papyrus. So in this picture he's kinda like reading Papyrus's letter from Gaster and he's burning it. Gaslighting, I guess. So in here we have more Sans pictures. I had idea that Sans didn't like eat vegetables and he would get so mad if you ordered veggies to him and not junk food. So in the first picture there's spaghetti, I think, and then there's broccoli on top of it. He doesn't like broccoli. Then we have this little comic, Sans Fish at Grills. And Sans is like, sup grill? And Sans asks Frisk, do you wanna do the order this time? And then Frisk orders a lot of vegetables. And Sans gets very mad about that because he doesn't get junk food. And then we have some pictures of Frisk and Chara. I don't know what Chara is screaming, but something. And again, some typing errors. Well, there's a lot of typing errors in these, but who cares? I was a teenager. Then we have a very, very ugly undying picture. Like, it's good, but it could be better. I don't like it. But yeah. So, we got all the normal fan art of Undertale, and now we got to the edge when the normal fan art stops. Like the basic game. It stops now, and things take a huge turn. Now this is the phase I would love to leave behind me entirely, but I know that this is the reason why I was in a deep hole with this fandom. And the reason is Undertale AIs. What is an AI, you may ask? An AI is an alternative universe, also known as AI, alternate universe, alternative timeline, alternate timeline, alternative reality, or alternate reality. And it is a setting for work of fan fiction that departs from the canon of the fictional universe that the fan work is based on. So now you know what is an AU. So I can show some of the fan art that I made for few of the Undertale AUs. I don't remember which one of them they are. And here is the first one. Now, blue, the most human color, it's from, I don't remember the artist, but it's from a song. I did very bad coloring work in here. But yeah, the first picture, and then we have another AU, and of course it is Sans that we are seeing again. And yeah, it's like, yeah, really good AIs. I like them in past. And then we go even deeper in the hole, because we also have 3 pictures of smaller AIs that I had in mind, and we are going in a deep hole. In the first 2 pictures, I had a AI with virus Sans and antivirus Sans. Here are the designs. The yellow one is the antivirus and the blue one is the virus one. Like, it's a Sans, but in different clothings. I don't know what to say about this fanart other than, okay, antivirus and virus, let's go. And in the second picture we can see antivirus Papyrus, but he is dead because we need that drama. And in here we can also see where Virus got his jacket. It was from the Papyrus, so it makes it more personal, guys. And for the last one, the little one, we have Remtail, sleeping related Undertale AI. If you don't know what REM sleeping is, go back to school, I guess. But yeah, we have this very cute small Sans would go in other multiverse character streams and collect nightmares and memories of those characters. In the reference picture you can see that when he was in different character streams, he had different kind of tattoos over his eyes, so you could know in which character dream is it. But like these are only for the main characters. He didn't go into NPC or the characters who we don't remember in dreams, I guess. Very cute, very wholesome, but wait. In this picture there's also my biggest regret of this fandom. And it is Sans from my biggest AI that I ever made. And this AI really took me into the Undertale hole and it was hard to let go. I remember that. So I'm here to present the main reason why I'm making this video, and it is Undergem AI. Oh my god. If you don't get from the name, it is Undertale X Steven Universe story. So the only good thing about this comic was that I didn't publish this shameful thing on the internet. Until now. And we will start from the beginning of the story. Yes, I actually have script for the whole game. If it would be a game. And I must say, I went through all the pages that I had for the comic. And I kinda made it like if it would be a game and a comic, and I smashed them together. So they're like ideas how the game would have worked if it would be a game actually. And then I have ideas what it was like if it would be a comic. So it's kind of weird because sometimes Frisk is the main character, but then it's like you as the player. And I didn't want to fix anything of this comic/game script. So we will go exactly how it is. So remember that. And yeah, it was only in Finnish. Like there are some of the text are in English, but I translate it, so you can also read it. But I will read it too. So into the first picture. Here is the first page of Undergem, as you guys can see. It is about Toriel Realms, and this is actually the place where the player drops. As you guys can see, I don't have yellow flowers in here. I actually made the flowers red or pink actually. And in the right corner you can see the map of that room. There are pillars, there's water, and if you look up, the flowers rises along the wall up towards the light that is coming down from the hole. Here you can also see Frisk and what design I gave them. They look very girly because I made them female in this. I guess. They can also be a boy with the long hair, but very feminine if you ask me. And in the game I made it that you cannot leave the first area if you don't collect this weird looking jewelry with you. And when you collect it, the flowers that are covering the whole cave, they start to be corrosive flowers and you basically have to run out of the room if you don't want to die. Then we have the second page, so you kind of basically realize that you can just jump through off the wall and the jewelry that you collected is protecting you now. Then you meet Flowey, and Flowey it says everything like, howdy, I'm Flowey, Flowey the flower, blah blah blah. He tries to kill you, Toriel comes and saves you, and the next room there's pink flowers, there are white leaves, there's water, and then you get to the first saving point and you're filled with determination. You don't have weapons and the jewelry is actually an armor for you. and you don't have to do the puzzle in here. When I made this, I actually watched a gameplay while I was doing this, so I have no idea what puzzles we are talking about in here. I haven't played this game in years, so there are some weird places where it's like, you don't have to do this puzzle. I'm like, can you explain what puzzle? I don't know. So yeah, it's gonna be full of that. Then we move on, and we can see from the picture that there are flowers everywhere, because why not? In the Steven universe there were a lot of flowers. Most of the bridges that you can see are arch bridges, and then I just made little designs how I would draw things if I would make this a comic, like art bridges. The bridges have pivot ends. There's this short wall. I don't know what to call them. I don't even know what their name is, so I just put short wall. Then is the spike puzzle. There are 3 levers that you have to pull. You have to pull the second. After that you have to pull the first lever, and the shiny spikes go down and you can keep going. And if you fail 2 times in a row, Toriel will tell you what to do. So she's kind of there helping you. Then there is the Muppet that you needed to attack or spare, and I made it that all the Muppets have pointy muzzles. You all can see that after the dummy room everything will be same, except all the vines are replaced with flowers and bridges with arc bridges. So it's kind of like little details that I changed, but overall it's the same. Then you get the phone from Toriel, and the room where she was hiding, it's kind of different, but it's same as in the game. So they're just like more shining stuff and all. Then we have the 4th page. In here you can see there's the frog statue. If a monster does not want to fight you, please use mercy. That is what the frog says in the game. Then we have this first enemy. I just gave them 4 wings. Most of the redesigns are not that huge, they just have extra stuff, so to say. Then we have the candy room. They are just flowers and I guess water. And you can take 4 candies, and the last one cost you 5 HP. And then just the next room are same. The room where there are rocks, it will be same, but leaves are replaced with flowers. That was the thing I wanted to bring in here. And then there is, I don't know, some kind of puzzle, like there's a map how to do it. I don't remember the puzzle. Then there is this jelly monster, and there is the 3 rock room is same except bridges are curved. And then you see the cheese part, the cheese room, it's the same. The cheese has been there too long and it's stuck on the table. Then we have Napstablock. His room is same, his gem is broken and other broken pieces are in his hem. The spider shop is same, the 4 frog room is same, and something can be different, I don't know what can be different, and all the sweets that the spiders sell you sparkle. That's the difference, they just sparkle. The 6th trap room is same, but there are 3 levers. And then there's, if you go to the spider room, you can see where to go, what to do. Then we have monsters. I don't think that I changed their design at all. Then there's just the map design. Then we have this tree where you can find the toy knife and you're outside. And everything is same still in the game. Then we can move to the 6th page. Now there's something that I actually changed. In the last few pages you have been able to see these black slime monsters in there. Just looking at Layer or Frisk in the comic, but they don't do anything and they avoid every light that they touch. Now Toriel's house is same, all the scenarios are same. Toriel also will give you a bandage, and these star bags you can see on Frisk right now, and you can just store stuff in there. That is the changes I gave to Frisk. They just got bags and this jewelry, so they have armor. After you get all these and you go to the dungeon, Toriel will cry in the fight and ask Frisk to go back home. She has some kind of memory attack or gem attack. I'm not really sure, but in the end you will win Toriel and she will let you go. And after you leave the ruins, you will meet Flowey, and he has just little changes. His petal shines a little. And then we got to the Frost and Snow Ring. The first thing you can see in there is that there's a camera that is watching you, and clearly it is Alphys's camera, but we don't know that yet in the comic. Then we meet Sans and Papyrus, really similar designs. What they are in the game, I didn't really change them too much. Now everybody is rocking the star design like Steven is in the cartoon. Like that was the main design in Steven. When Steven Universe was coming, he was still a child. I think we had 1 or 2 seasons when I made this comic. So yeah, it is very old. So then we have Sans is a gem, but his gem is hidden, so is Papyrus's gem. Papyrus's scarf is really long, so he can make a really cool hoodie. We know that Papyrus's gem attack is 2 swords. Then I made sure that everybody knows that Papyrus and Sans has canine teeth, because I thought those were cool, but you cannot see Sans's canines if he doesn't open his mouth. Then we are in the 8th page, and everything is in the same, like in the game. 3 shimmers a little. There is new interaction with Papyrus and Sans. When Papyrus is shouting popular, he actually pulls off Sans' hand. And after that, Papyrus tries to put Sans' hands back in the place, but Sans dodges that a lot until Papyrus grabs Sans by force and put his hand back. Sans think it's a funny game, but Papyrus is nervous the whole time. But after the hand is back, Papyrus turns back too. And other than that, everything will be same as in the game. Then we have Doggo's design in here. He's very similar. He's also rocking that star design, and he's actually a gem. His gem is on his right hand. Then we can see that bird who tells so bad puns, he's same. We have the sign that tells in the north there's ice, south ice, west ice, and in the east you can actually find Snowdin town and ice. Then we meet the snowman, it's the same. He asks Frisk to take his snowballs to the edge of the world, and of course you accept that. Then we get to the 9th page. I made the map a little longer, so ice is longer at the beginning of the map. Then we can see that I gave Papyrus spikes on his spine, so he's kinda different but very same. I changed his shocking ball puzzle a little. The base has 2 different types of electricity that separate it due to color. One is fake electricity and the other one is real. And if you follow Papyrus till the end, when he goes back to Sans, you can see that he changes the electricity. So if you touch the fake one, it's actually the real one. And if you hit the electricity, you have to start over, but if you fail 3 times, Papyrus will help you. Then we can see that I have a nice green bunny in here. Only different in his design is that he's just too muscular to his shirt. Nothing else. Then we can see some dolls. Like there are lights, there are curtains, they are taller, and there is the can phone you can use. Then we have Sans, he's trying to sell you fries and he's asking you a lot of money. It's the same as in the game. Then you can see Sans, Papyrus and Frisk, and they are all looking at puzzle. Sans and Papyrus has their little fight over what puzzle is harder, and in this AU they are fighting over lattice or word game. Then we meet the lesser dog. He's normal, like lesser dog area is same. There are 2 levers, one in ice and other in pine tree. Doesn't matter which one you press, there is help under the snow. I don't know, some kind of puzzle thing. And then we can see that he's also rocking the star sign. It's on his armor this time. Then I have a little sketch of Dogmany and Dograssa, and they're the same as in the game. Then we have bigger Papyrus picture, and then we have Sans picture. Then I'm talking about the tile puzzle, and the puzzle broke down like in the game, but not fully, so you actually have to think a little bit, what are you doing? Then we have picture of this NPC. I tried to look her name up, but this character didn't have a name, so I still don't know what their name is. Then I'm just talking about next puzzle and about Papyrus and Sans snowmen. They are same and in the same place. Then we have the big dog, and he's a gem, and his gem is on his back. And then there's Sans that tells, don't pet the dog while it's working. And then I'm talking about the bridge scene in here, and it is same as in the game. And finally, we get to Snowdin, and Snowdin is literally same. Monster Kid is a gem, Grillby's gem, but nothing else really changes in there. The fight with Papyrus is same, but his special attack is interrupted by the Chevrolet that Frisk has, and Papyrus then uses his gem attack, but when he is attacking he realizes that he scares Frisk and won't hit them. After that, Papyrus apologizes for it and promises to go date with Frisk and be their friend also. Then Papyrus tells you about the portal in the endgame and where you can leave this mountain. And that's the same as in the game. The date is going same, his room is same. Sans switches from his jacket to a different hoodie. I made it that, so when you leave Snowdin, you can see that he doesn't wear his winter jacket. He actually is wearing a hoodie because he doesn't like to sweat. So he put something lighter on. Then we get to the tunnels and waterfall, and everything is still same in here. But the stars that people are talking in these games on the wall, they don't shine. Nothing shines in here, so it's kinda dark in there. Then Sans asks you to go to Grillby's, and it's the same. When you next time walk past the Ice Cube Lake, you actually meet a Temmie, who is a gem, and the Temmie wants to make a deal with Frisk. The deal is that Temmie will help with the puzzles, and Frisk will take Temmie to the portal. So they made the deal, and Temmie is now in the party. In the comic, I would have made it very clear that Sans doesn't give Temmie any attention, like he doesn't even see Temmie at all, but Temmie is with Frisk right now. Then we go to the cave/tunnel, and there is the Papyrus and Undyne scene is same. Also Monster Kid scene is same, except Temmie is not in there. After Undyne and the Monster Kid scene is over, Temmie comes back to Frisk and tells that they are afraid of Undyne. Then there is a bell room. It's different if I have idea. I don't remember what bell room. Then there's a picture of Aaron. He's a very cool character. And Papyrus's call is same. Then we have page 14. There is the echo flower that tells about the stars, but now it tells Frisk and Temmie that all the stars are gone. And the room is actually dark, so the echo flower is only thing that produces light in there. Temmie makes light with their cheek gems, and Frisk can see again, like where they are going. Then there is the telescope scene, but Sans is not actually there, he's away, and Frisk and Temmie just uses the telescope. Then there is just a lever in a room, I don't know which room, and Temmie will show where Frisk can walk on the rock path. Then there is a pier scene, it's the same, Undyne attacks after that. When you run on the pier and Undyne is after you, there are actually hidden spears, and Temmie helps you to spot them. And if they are fake spears, Temmie will tell you that you can just walk through them, so Temmie is actually very helpful in here. Then there is the hay scene, where they are hiding, and dance room scene, it's the same. And then there is ice cream scene, it's also same. Everything is same as in the game until we get to Onion-san, and she's just a little different. While she's talking, you actually have to dodge her attacks, but Temmie will warn Frisk every time she hits. That's just different. She's not as friendly as in the game. Well, she tries to be friendly, but I guess she also wants to attack. Then there is a room where there were treasure and statue. It was the part where Annoying Dog came and observed the pearl. Then there is a scene where you can listen a music box, and in this comic you can see that there is Toriel, Asgore and Astriel dancing in there. Then you just walk in a room, it's same, and all the castle scenes and stuff is same. Then there is some bridge scene, and Temmie will tell you where to step. I have no idea what bridge scene, but there should be more traps than in the game, so. And we're on the page 15, and when I now look at the picture, I'm like, I know what bridge scene we are talking about. It's the bridge scene where Frisk drops in the water walls. But yeah, Frisk will drop with Temmie to the water, and there is some kind of Asria/Chara memory in the game and it's same kind of happened in this comic also. Then there's the waterfall scene, and I actually have different design for Mad Dummy and what kind of knife they have. Then I have this duck, like Napstablook has duck farm, so I have mentioned that his house, his farm and his music are the same. Then there's Gerson, his scene is same. And then there's the painting that tells that Seven Souls fixes the portal like in the game. There's a mushroom path in the game and it's also the same in this comic. But the lamps are harder to find, but Temmie will help you. After that you can go in the Temmie village, but our gem Temmie won't be coming with you in the village because he is not invited in there. Then comes the wishing path. There are a lot of echo flowers in there because most of them are dead. After that, Monster Kid's threat is same to Undyne and she leaves you alone. After that, Undyne attacks and she is standing top of the hill. Undyne's fight scene is same because she is not gem, but she has a special attack. Some of her spears are invisible and Temmie have to tell where the invisible spears are coming. After that, Frisk runs and Undyne is chasing them and then they stop because they need water and it's really hot in the ruins. 01 and 02 are there. I made it that 01 is a gem and 02 is not a gem. He's just a normal monster. Scenarios are same also. But then we get to the river person. They're a little different. They tell all the stories to Frisk what they tell in the game, but at some point they just look at Frisk and take their hand and let go, but doesn't say anything. And after Frisk leaves River Person alone, they say hi to him from me, I don't know who, but they want to say hello to someone. Then we get to Alphys's lab, and her lab is same. In there we can actually see those cameras that we saw at the ruins. Then we meet Mettaton, he is same, his mic just has kind of diamond head on it. And Alphys is same, and all the maps are same at that part. Then we meet Thunderplane. I just made that tail look like a fighting jet. Then there's the puzzles in the ruins. Most of them are broken, so Temmie needs to help you to fix all the puzzles so Frisk can continue. Then you meet these teens. Then we have Mettaton fight and it's same, but Mettaton won't use special attack because Temmie is criticizing Mettaton if they use it. And Mettaton's special weapon is chainsaw, like in the game. Then you get to the core. I guess now you get to the core. I don't know where you were before this. But there is an elevator. Then you meet Sans and he puts the 30 hot dogs on your head. And that's the limit also. Then there is 3 button press puzzle is same, but Temmie needs to help you again. 01 and 02, they attack you. They have some special tricks and Temmie have to help you again, but the fights go same as in the game. Then we have Mettaton's news, but they are same. And then there is some hidden object. I don't know what object it is, but there's some hidden object. Then we meet Alphys and she talks about Asker again. Well, on the phone she talks. Then we meet Miss Muppet. She is a gem. She has 6 eyes in here, not 5. And everything is same. I didn't change anything in here. Then you get the date with Sans and it is very similar, but when Sans says you'd be dead where you stand, he's actually holding a knife in there. Then I just made the hologram bridge after the date area. Then everything is the same in the gore. Nothing really changes. The laser room is same. Everything is same. Alphys is not able to turn the lasers. Labyrinth is same. Well, the labyrinth is bigger, so if you take too long, Temmie will tell you where to go. Temmie will just help Frisk in the comic a lot. And then we get to the Mettaton fight and it is same, like there's nothing different in there. Then we have Mettaton's design in here. I didn't know how to draw his legs, So I needed to put a mention in here that practice drawing Metaton's legs, because I was bad drawing legs back then. But Metaton's fight is pretty same, but he doesn't use his gem attack because Temmie is still criticizing him over that, and the fans joined Temmie in that thing. After a while, Metaton throws Temmie to the crowd and keeps fighting Frisk, and after the fight, Temmie is back with Frisk. Metaton loses. His battery is dead. Alphys tells you that you have to kill Asgore if you want to leave. And Frisk asks, Temmie, is it true? And Temmie says, yeah, it's very true. You have to kill him. And then everything is same. You walk with Temmie to the castle. On the part where you can see the kingdom on the background, it's kind of darker and more grayish, so it's not as beautiful as in the game. Asgore's house is greyish and looks similar to Toriel's house, and there are yellow flowers everywhere. Then we get Asriel's story, and when the Asriel story is done, we are in the, in the Isle with Sans, so he's same. Everything he's saying is same in here, like, hey, you didn't gain love, but you gained love. But when he's leaving, he actually attacks and he kills Frisk in one shot. It's kind of like surprise attack. So Frisk dies and Temmie is there. So Frisk will wake up at the latest saving point, and when they come back to the hallway where Sans was, Temmie is nowhere to be found and Sans is not answering Frisk questions about anything, and Frisk gets, some kind of secret in here, and Sans notices it, but he doesn't act. Then you go to the coffin room, is same, but all the coffins that has soul, they shine. Then we go to the Asgore's room. His room is filled with flowers, like it's bigger and more green. You can also see his throne, you can also see Toriel's throne, but it's covered with flowers, but it's there. So then you go to the portal, and the portal room is different. I wanted to make it a broken altar, so you fight Asgore in there. Then Flowey attacks, and Frisk faints, and surprise, surprise, Flowey is this huge machine thing, and everything is same as in the game. Then the souls comes there, and they help Frisk to fight Flowey, and Frisk defeats Flowey, and everything is same as in the game, except now Temmie is still gone. Then you meet Papyrus again and you go see Undyne, and the meeting is same, except when you're with Undyne, she actually tells you that, yeah, I'm not a gem, Gertrude just gave me Stone of Warriors, and when times go on, she actually attached the gem to her body, and she thinks she's powerful now, I don't know. Then there is date with Alphys, it's the same. Alphys leaves you the letter and you go see Alphys's basement, it is same. The thing is that in the game Alphys tries to fix a broken soul or dying soul, but in here also she is trying to fix a dying soul, but she is also trying to fix a broken gem, so that's why there are people with gems and some of them don't have gems. We get the caster dialogue, it's the same. Then there's the part where Asriel calls Frisk. After these things you attack Asgore again, and in the end everyone has their speech, and interesting fact, I actually don't like Sans x Toriel ship, so I made in this comic that Sans will not stand next to Toriel in the circle because I didn't like it. Then we have page 27 and we can see Asriel in here. We can see his second form and his third form's head, but I was too lazy to draw it. The fight against Asriel is same. Then you have the last speeches with everybody. When you win Asriel, you can go back in the beginning, and in the comic Frisk goes beginning, so they can talk with everybody, but I made it different that when Frisk steps outside Toriel's house in the ruins, everything is dark. Those black slimes has taken everything, but the jewelry that Frisk has shines light now, and the black slime monster steps aside and Frisk gets to the beginning of the ruins, and Frisk meets Asriel in there, in the flower room. There are no monsters in there because there's huge light source on top of it. So in the next page, the flowers in there, they are white because I wanted to make that place very beautiful. So I didn't like that in the game there's just one flower bed. Like, no, I made the whole place full of flowers, so it would be nice to draw. And I don't know, but as you guys can see in the last page, it says that Frisk gives the Cheverly to Asriel in the end, and Asriel thanks for that. Like, how is Frisk going to get out of there after that? I don't know. What? That is one of the things that I didn't get when I was translating this. You need this Cheverly to get out, but you give it to Asriel and you somehow still get out. It doesn't make sense. Like, it takes the purpose of the Cheverly. Like, you needed to go through the slime monsters, but now you don't need that. So that's a nice thing to have in this comic. But we don't stop in there. After Frisk leaves Asriel, he would say, I will wait you, the mountain needs you. And after that, Frisk just walks back to the portal and she meets with everyone in there and they all steps outside, and ending speech is same and everyone sees the sun rising in the horizon. And that's how Undertale ends. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all liked this video as I like to make this. Remember to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Those both really helps me a lot, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!